Well, because the convention hasn't happened yet, it actually would be a straightforward process if he gets out. If he doesn't get out, you'd have to have a rebellion unlike any we've ever seen, where all these convention delegates would get together. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
The only thing realistic would be the president saying, I don't want to do it. And again, I don't think that's realistic, but that's the conversation that's going on right now.
He might.
You get these moments in history. Sometimes it's the first lady who has to tell her husband the time's up, meaning Harry Truman didn't run in 1952. It would have to be Jill Biden who told Joe, let's step down and let Kamala Harris be president, meaning in real time, and then get a new vice president, and then open it up in August and see who the nominees will be. Short of that, the Democrats better just get used to this being who Biden is. I mean, this isn't the Joe Biden of 2 years ago. He is diminished.
When you talk to some veteran Democrats, they say it's too late to really think about replacing him. However, others say, no, it's not. There's still an off-ramp. There's a convention. There could be a brokered convention. But what would have to happen? President Biden would have to decide that he is going to step aside, that he's going to effectively unleash his delegates. How would that happen? Couple of things to watch for. Watch for the polls, Savannah. If they start to significantly drop, that's when this goes from the opinion pages of the newspapers to potentially real planning. And then you'd need high-level Democrats to get into this conversation.
I do wonder, Paul, as folks process what we saw last night and absorb it, do you think we will see some Democratic lawmakers, governors coming forward, or is the president going to have his way here and stay in this race?
I literally have no idea, Jim. I really don't. Here's the risk. Okay, if any of them called me, I'd say, look, the first Democratic politician to call on Biden to step down, it's going to end their career.
Yep.
Right? They may be right in the eyes of a lot of Democrats, but if you're the first one through the door, you're going to get shot.
Sir, do you think Democrats should consider replacing Joe Biden at the top of the presidential ticket? I've had several raise the possibility privately in conversations.
It's not likely to happen. Again, I think as the dust clears on this thing, this campaign has still got 4 months to go. And I think that Joe Biden's going to be the nominee, and I think Donald Trump's going to be the nominee. And the choice is going to be between a guy that fights for people and tries to lift people up and another guy that wants to rip this country apart and pull it up from its roots.
Can you imagine a scenario where Joe Biden does step down and another Democrat, whether it be Kamala Harris or someone else, steps up?
Well, anything is possible, as we've learned these last few years when we've routinely experienced what we thought to be unthinkable. There is usually a way. One of the riskiest things, it turns out, in hindsight, about this debate was Biden's decision not only to agree to it, but to do so early, before the two candidates have even been nominated. That is unprecedented in American politics. You don't usually have a debate between presidential nominees before they're actually nominees. This could now become a problem, a vulnerability for Biden, or, depending on how you look at it, the party's opportunity to take a way out. It is unprecedented.
Biden family and political team must gather quickly and have the hardest conversations with the president, a conversation of love and clarity and resolve. We can put this up on the screen, I think. To give America the greatest shot possible of deterring the Trump threat in November, the president has to come forward and declare that he will not be running for re-election and is releasing all of his delegates for the Democratic National Convention.
Look, I hadn't seen Tom Friedman's column until you read it. Here's the bottom line. Joe Biden had a bad debate night, but Donald Trump was a bad president. And I think what you saw last night was a pathological liar in Donald Trump who lied about his record.